Welcome to WMNF's Tuesday Café. I'm Seán Kinane. Later on in this show, we're going to talk about seagrasses and the health of those plants in Tampa Bay. We're also going to hear some statewide news stories. But first up, we're going to talk about performing arts and about a statewide competition for young performing artists with disabilities. My guests are both from Arts4All Florida. You may have heard their public service announcement on WMNF. Joining me live by Zoom right now are their Director of Programs, Karla Aguayo, and their Youth Ensemble Coordinator, Matt Weihmuller. Welcome to WMNF's Tuesday Cafe, Karla and Matt.
Hi, Seán. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for joining us. So first of all, why don't you, one of you, Matt or Karla, tell us what is Arts4All Florida?
I'll start off. Thank you again for having us. Arts4All Florida is a statewide organization. It's a nonprofit that serves students and adults with disabilities. We champion, support, and provide accessible arts programming and cultural experiences for and by people with disabilities.
And part of your Arts4All Florida mission here is this Young Performers program that we're going to be talking about today. So tell us, what is this Young Performers program?
I can hop in on that one as well. So our Young Performers program is essentially a statewide recognition and competition where we invite young artists ages 14 to 25 years old with a disability who are performers in music, dance, or musical theater and drama to apply for this competition. And after an adjudication process, who are judges in their professional fields, we select 2 winners in each category, and they join us in the Youth Ensemble.
That is the voice of Karla Aguayo, and she's the Director of Programs at Arts4All Florida. We also have with us the Youth Ensemble Coordinator, Matt Weihmuller, and we're on WMNF's Tuesday Cafe. We're talking about their Arts4All Florida Young Performers Program and how people can join it. So Matt, why don't you tell us in the past, what have some of the young performers done? What are some of their performances like? And what are those, the people that are participating, what are they like?
Yeah, so it's students with disabilities, as Karla just mentioned, ages 14 to 25. Each performer has been selected through an application process, and they're either in music, theater, or dance, and come in various walks of life. And many of them are on the autism spectrum. Some of them are visually impaired, like myself. Some of them are deaf or hard of hearing, have ASD, Asperger's, etc. And each performer actually lives in a different city, and we've been coordinating these virtual video performances that I help coordinate. And what we do is I compose or arrange rather a pop tune arrangement, such as One Love by Bob Marley, or Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. We just did the Christmas song kind of in the style of Nat King Cole. And I send the part to each performer who has a different disability and is in that age range between 14 and 25. They record their video, their individual part. I send them a written part and an audio track to listen to and read. They record the video, send it back to me, and then I send it to a colleague of mine, Paul Gavin, who helps sync all the videos up, and then we put it up on social media. Karla's been absolutely amazing and assisting with that. And then the final project is aired, on all the Arts4All social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, etc. And it's been a process. We've done 8 videos. I've been doing it for about 4 years in this capacity of the Youth Ensemble Coordinator. Been with the program about 8 years, since 2014. As I said, I am blind. I'm visually impaired. I can't see and play saxophone. And I'm a music instructor here in Florida, and like I said, kind of fill in as the coordinator for the Youth Ensemble. And once the performers have been selected through their application process, help, coordinate their performances. And they've even participated in several different activities and different events. We recently had our 40th anniversary celebration from backstage to center stage, where 4 of the young performers were involved. A dancer, a couple of music theater people, a drummer, And we brought in performers from all over the world who each had a different disability and worked with the students and performed at USF in Miami. And so we had some of the young performers there for that, and they've been performing at various Arts4All events throughout the year. And it's just really been absolutely a thrill to watch and learn and grow with the performers. As I said, each of them have a different disability, and getting to know them and work with them and understand how they learn and grow and are able to perform and how it enriches their life is just really a pleasure.
That's the voice of Matt Weihmuller, who is the Youth Ensemble Coordinator with Arts4All Florida. We also have Karla Aguayo, who is the Director of Programs at Arts4All Florida. We're talking about the Young Performers Program that they're putting on. It is a statewide competition for performing artists with disabilities who are aged 14 to 25. And both of you have kind of mentioned that there's an application process, and anyone who's gone through an application process, I think that that's a kind of could be a scary prospect for someone. Oh, I'm going to get judged by my performance, and I might not make it. And what if they don't like me? But you do have, it sounds like there are some things for applicants who are not selected, they still get some benefits. Isn't that right?
Yes. So every applicant essentially receives a feedback critique from a professional in their same field of study. So they are able to still grow in their, individual practice and take that feedback and apply it, to their performances, to their practices. And as long as they are, of age up to 25 years old, they can continue applying each year. We've had a couple of applicants that didn't make it in their first try, and in their second try, they got in.
After hearing feedback and improving from that feedback, that's great news. So Karla and Matt, I'm going to ask you this later in the interview as well, but if people are interested in Arts4All Florida, or especially if they're interested in applying for the Young Performers Program, why don't you give out the contact information right now? We'll give it out at the end as well, but for people who want to find out now.
Absolutely. So they can just head to our main website, which is Arts4All.org, and that is spelled ARTS, the number 4, ALLFLORIDA.org. And the main banner at the top of the web page is our Young Performers page. So if you click on that, it will take you to the main site for the Young Performers, where we expound on what the program is. You can also learn about our past winners. That way you can get an idea of, who we are looking for and the caliber of performance that they are able to, provide. And then you'll see the application link for all 3 categories of dance, music, musical theater, and drama.
So besides the Young Performers Program, I imagine that some of these artists are so successful that they perform other places besides just Arts4All Florida. Where are some other places that that your students, I think, would have had a chance to perform?
I apologize, my dogs are barking. So Matt, if you don't mind taking that one, I'm thinking of somebody like Sarah Hardwick, who was one of our winners 2 years in a row.
Yes, so Sarah Hardwick is a guitarist and is visually impaired. She has a disease called Leber's, and she is currently studying music at Belmont University, and has performed and is performing currently in Nashville, Tennessee. She recently attended a youth retreat outside of Arts4All with another colleague who was involved in that anniversary celebration. I told you about Scott McIntyre. He's another singer, songwriter, pianist who was a former runner-up winner of American Idol some time ago. And he just had a retreat out in Arizona, and they had visually impaired and different students with disabilities. And Sarah has really been one of our biggest, brightest stars. I know she's had a little bit of collaboration with Carrie Underwood, and is really studying music in college right now, is learning how to songwrite. And we've had other students as well at like the Disability Arts Alliance Festival perform. And I know one of our students, a drummer named Kevin, he has been doing some stuff with Full Sail, and has been doing some work. And just almost every performer is definitely doing their own performance and their own, career outside of Arts4All, and really gone on and benefited from the program, I think.
That's the voice of Matt Weihmuller, who is the Youth Ensemble Coordinator with Arts4All Florida, and that's Arts, the number 4, and then All Florida. And we also have on the Zoom here with us the Director of Programs for Arts4All Florida, Karla Aguayo, and we're talking about their Young Performers Program. The deadline to apply for that is coming up soon. Tell people where they can go to apply and when the deadline is.
Absolutely. So the deadline to apply is Tuesday, January 17th in the new year 2023. And all you have to do to apply is go to our main website. That is arts4allflorida.org. It's ARTS, the number 4, ALLFLORIDA.org. And on the top of the main website, you will find the banner for the Young Performers Program. If you click that, it'll take you to the specific page where we expound on the program and link every application for dance, music, drama, and theater.
So there's dance, there's music, there's drama, and there's theater. Matt explained earlier how you put together a music video with people performing remotely, but how would you do that for something like dance, or what are the programs like for theater if people are participating in this program?
Yes, so very fortunately, many of our drama theater students participate as vocalists in these music videos. So Matt very brilliantly, writes the arrangement again, according to each performer's ability. So it's very important that when I am sending him the information of, okay, these are the performers that have said they can participate, I give him samples. If he hasn't met with them before or hasn't worked with them before, I will show him, what their range of, vocals are. And so he can write the arrangement for them according to their ability. And for our dancers, it's a little bit fun. They actually get to kind of like choreograph their own piece for the music video. So of course they won't be singing or playing an instrument, but they will interpret the music that Matt writes into a dance piece, and they videotape themselves. So that's how we allow all of the categories of the Young Performers Program to participate in these music videos.
Why is it that you have a program like this for young performers with disabilities? What's the purpose of it?
So we used to be, Arts4All Florida used to be an affiliate of the VSA Kennedy Center. We actually used to be called VSA Florida. And one of the programs that the Kennedy Center continues to this day is called the Young Soloist Program. Very similar to ours. It is a competition. It's a national competition, actually, but it was only for musicians, both vocalists and instrumentalists. So when Arts4All Florida, my predecessor, Wendy Finkley, and Matt got together and, thought about how best they can serve the Florida community, they decided to also expand the program to include dance and drama theater, to include all of the performing arts and not just music. And Matt, interestingly, when he joined Arts4All Florida and got involved, he unfortunately had already aged out of the age range of the competition. But Wendy Finkley, my predecessor, and him worked together to, essentially expound on the program and find out what is the best way that we can, provide assistance to these students to make sure that they are, continuing in their professional development as artists, and make sure that they have a successful career in the arts.
So again, where can people find out more about Arts4All Florida Young Performers Program or apply?
So on our main website, you'll find us at arts4allflorida.org. That's ARTS, the number 4, ALLFLORIDA.org. And on the top of our main website, you will click on the large banner about the Young Performers Program. That will take you to the page for the Young Performers Program, where you can learn more about the program, find out who has won in the last 3 years and their narratives. And you will also find the 3 application links for the competition for dance, music, and musical theater and drama.
And the deadline to apply is upcoming at January 17th.
Absolutely. And if I may just add, one of my best suggestions for getting ready to apply is to give yourself time. There is a part in the application where each applicant is allowed to expound on a narrative about themselves. So it's kind of like an artist statement, and essentially a bio about who you are, how you came into the arts, and what your goals are for, if you win this competition, what would you, be able to do if you won this competition? And also we give you the opportunity to send in your best 3 work samples. So I highly recommend, looking through your YouTube channel or making sure that you have video of your best performances available. And that's what you're going to want to include in that application.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on WMNF's Tuesday Cafe, Karla and Matt.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us, and we hope to see some wonderful applicants in the Tampa Bay area. If anybody has any questions at all, they can get in contact with me. My email is karlaa@usf.edu.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Karla and Matt. Karla Aguayo is the Director of Programs with Arts4All Florida, and their Youth Ensemble Coordinator is Matt Weihmuller.